Because also showering is hard sometimes.
It is so hard sometimes.
We were talking about that a while ago, about how I had thought that my not showering was a freeze-based response. And you said that you didn't like it when I said that.
I didn't like it when you said that. Because I'm all like, no, I'm fight.
Mm-hmm.
But I also have that. I don't like to shower sometimes.
I mean, you can have multiple freeze responses based upon the severity of the situation and who the situation is coming from, right? Like, you may have a totally different response from a parent versus a friend versus your kid's school's administrator. Like, it could be totally different based on the context.
I will tell you that last night, so we are recording this
the day after
Halloween. Last night, whilst trick-or-treating, at one of the houses there was, while all of the kids went up to trick-or-treat just fine, there was what I thought was an animatronic.
Oh, I mean, I don't love an animatronic moment.
Well, it wasn't. It was a human being.
Oh.
But I was not convinced. And it really threw me for a loop. It was like in like a red demon mask.
Oh, I don't like
and
that
had
at
gloves.
All. I love that you continue to call this person an it. Because it was like an entity to you.
It was.
I so understand.
But it really threw me.
She doesn't want to play right now, Frederick.
Ooh.
And we're trying to record a podcast.
And I was in freeze.
Sorry. Oh, I bet.
Because I was just like staring at it, trying to figure it out.
It's enough for right now. It's enough for right now. I know. Yeah, that's a good spot to lay. Good job, buddy. He's so sweet. I'm sure you were in freeze. I'm sure that freaked you out.
Yeah, it really did. And Max just like I thought Max for sure was gonna not like it. I thought he was gonna get real scared and not want to go up and trick or treat up there, but he did it. And I was like, oh, if he can handle it, I can for sure stand here at the end of this driveway. I was just staring at that.
Oh, I'm sure.
Guy.
There's an animatronic in my neighborhood also that really I'm not a huge fan of. I don't know that it causes like a fight or flight response, but I refuse to look at it.
Yeah.
Is that freeze? Is that just I'm here but I'm not looking at you and I'm pretending you don't exist?
Yes, I think so.
Well, shit.
I think
Isn't it all freeze? Isn't it all?
I think avoidance goes in the freeze category.
Oh, you're right. It does. I certainly went around 3 blocks out of my way to not look at it.
Oh,
is
wow.
that flight? Or is that still avoidance?
No, maybe I'm not sure.
But it was really annoying that one time I did it, so I haven't driven 3 blocks out of my way again. I just don't look at it.
Yeah, that's probably a good call.
They are really popping on the upkeep of their decorations though, so hopefully it'll be down in a few days.
Nice.
Yeah, they go all out.
Oh yeah, Halloween decorations. Max calls them decoreens.
I love that.
He got real excited about it one time, and so Halloween and decorations somehow mashed together into decoreens.
I love a decoreen.
Yep. So now they've just always been decoreens for Halloween.
Oh my god, that's so fucking cute.
Yeah.
Max is the cutest.
I know. Yes.
Holy shit.
It was great.
Well, I'm sorry you got scared by a human being scary.
Yeah, it was so...
I guess he got his goal.
Yeah. He stopped, because he was waving and being creepy.
Funny. Creepy.
With all the kids. And then, he could tell, I think, that I was,
not okay with it.
Put. And he stopped.
Oh, that was nice of him. Yeah. That's a man who can read a room, and I appreciate that.
Well, Mark said that he was a teacher.
So
we have a lot of those in the neighborhood.
So he is used to witnessing a trauma response from someone and accommodating them. Great.
Yeah.
Cool.
But I kept turning my head I was paranoid that he was going to follow us down the street or something.
I get that. Well, because some people might,
Yes, yeah.
I have a couple, Please don't eat that, Fred.
Oh, he's just laying on it right now.
I have a particular friend's husband who I feel like would do that because he would think it was funny.
Yes.
And not understand that it was legitimately traumatizing.
Right. And especially with me, who is an adult and not a child. You know what I mean? Might not do that to a child.
Well, yeah, I mean, for some reason, it's more okay to, like, fuck with the trauma response of an adult because you should be able to cope better, but, like, that's not how that works.
Right.
So I'm glad that man was respectful.
Yeah.
Or, if not respectful, like, instinctively kind-hearted, you know?
Yeah, sure. He was still out there being creepy in the first place, though.
Well,
but I suppose it was Halloween.
Hey, it's a free world. He's on his own property. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yep.
Just as long as he does not follow you with it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Well, yeah, well, look at you.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we might have a sleepy puppy on our hands soon.
I think so.
Well, I mean, Sweet Girl is. She's in podcast mode for sure.
Yes.
She knows.
She's ready.
She's old hat at this.
Yeah, she knows how this goes.
Somebody should be old hat at this, but he's still a puppy. I mean, he's over a year old, but can we count the first 8 months of his life if he spent it in a box? I mean, literally, I think he mostly spent it in a cage.
No, that's sad.
Well, because he's clearly a puppy mill puppy because we know his exact pedigree, which you don't know that with a rescue dog unless they have been bred, right?
Right.
So he just spent a lot of time in a box. Because even when he was adopted out the one time, he was returned just a few days later, so...
That makes me so sad.
I know. I mean, to be fair to the people who returned him, he was a lot of work when we got him.
Yeah, he's a wily boy.
Like, holy shit, he was a lot of work. Well, because he had no social graces because he spent, well, when they got him, 6 months in a box.
Yeah.
Like, he didn't know how to play with other dogs. So anyway, little lamb. He's still a puppy. He's very much learning things. Oh, you started a timer.
Yeah.
Good on ya. Now we'll at least know we've got whatever that timer is plus... 10 minutes of talking?
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say probably that much.
7?
Yeah,
Sure. I don't know. You guys listening know when? I don't know.
Well,
it depends on when Ashley decides to start the episode.
1 minute to the intro.
Oh, yes. Hi, beautiful humans. I'm Kayla.
And I'm Ashley. Welcome to Your Soul Welcome.
A podcast of healing out loud for humans spelunking through their deepest hearts.
Yes.
I could have gone longer. I didn't take a good in-breath. I, was caught by surprise by our own intro for some reason. Well, because you were all of a sudden intro, and I was like, okay. I was going to hold a really long note, and I knew that, but I didn't.
It was good.
I panicked a little. I was on the spot. Okay, perform. Dance, monkey, dance.
Dance, monkey, dance, monkey.
Dance, magic dance.
It was good. You did great.
Hey, thanks. But now that I have opened up more space in my hip flexors, release some trauma from my hip region, I can hold notes for even longer now.
I love that.
Well, because I have muscles that were previously tensed due to sexual trauma. Yeah. And now they're not.
Yay.
I can feel them. It's weird.
Yeah, it is. It's like, oh, there's that.
Yeah.
There's that whole part of me that I didn't realize
was there.
Yeah.
It's wild, you guys, when you start releasing trauma from your body in a concerted effort, and then you can feel body parts that you you were saying that these are probably my hip flexors. Whatever muscles are under your little love handles, I can feel them now. And if you're listening and you're like, I can't feel mine, or you're listening and you're like, who the fuck are you? I've been able to feel mine this whole time.
Yeah.
Well, congrats on not storing trauma in your hips. Hooray!
Yay!
That's exciting. I'm so happy for you. And if you can't be mindfully aware of that part of your body, like you can think about it conceptually, but you can't feel that area in your body, perhaps look into exploring releasing trauma from your hips.
Yeah.
I'm not an expert in that yet. I'm still very much working on that. I have taken no classes on specifically that.
I think there's a lot of work that I have to do there. I think that I somehow forcefully released a lot of the trauma that I had stored in my hips when I broke my hip.
Oh, I bet.
And then had to like have surgery and go through PT and do all of that. And that was just a whole thing. And I didn't realize, like, because then, like, I had definitely remember feeling like relearning, like, a whole section of my body that I didn't realize had been offline for so long.
Well, and they say very much when you begin your, like, Kundalini journey, that your Kundalini Shakti, that life force energy that starts at the base of your spine, can absolutely be activated by a traumatic event such as breaking your hip or being in a car accident or what have you. So people who have uncomfortable Kundalini awakenings, like, that can be due to experiencing a trauma that releases that energy. So I would be curious, this doesn't have to be true, but I'm curious to hear if after breaking your hip, you like dove deeper into more self-healing.
Oh, absolutely.
That's so interesting.
100%.
It sounds like the universe was just like, well, she's not getting it on her own. Let's break her hip and see what happens. Like, I need this girl to activate. Let's activate.
Maybe that's what happened.
Well, because, I mean, I feel like, as we know, if you don't listen to the messages from the universe right away, they'll get louder and louder and louder, and then all of a sudden, your hip is broken.
Right. Or if you don't take the break, you get sick.
Hence why we didn't have an episode last week.
Yes.
So sorry, guys.
Sorry,
we
guys.
love you so much. But yeah.
Yes.
The universe will be like, rest, Ashley.
Yeah.
Rest, Ashley.
Yeah.
Ashley, you should rest.
Yeah.
Ashley's best friend, Kayla, tell her to rest.
Yeah.
Nope, still not listening?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Boom.
Yeah. Cold of the century. Boof. Yeah.
So I'm glad you're feeling better now.
Yes, me too. Absolutely.
Yeah, so I don't know, I feel all sorts of, I feel really exhausted because I'm in my luteal phase, like about to get my period. So like I know hormonally I'm maxed out, but like in my muscles, in my body, I have so much more liveliness.
Yes.
And it's so interesting to me to feel that, because if I'm having like pre-cramps before my period, there's no way that I would want to like do balance beam exercises, but like I did yesterday and the day before. Like I just was and it didn't feel hard, it didn't feel cumbersome. Imagine that when you have all of the muscles at your body's disposal. It feels easier.
Wow.
Weird, right?
Yes. Imagine.
It's been a journey. So today, you guys, we are not, in fact, totally just talking about freeze responses and trauma and all that kind of jazz. What we wanted to talk about today was, well, you've already seen the title of this if you clicked on it, but is surrender. I don't know why I have to talk about that in low tones, but like...
It feels good.
I do. When you surrender, you're so relaxed. And when you're so relaxed, your voice lowers. We've talked about that before on here. So, like, when I bring up the topic of surrender, I automatically want to be in that space of deep relaxation and calm.
Yes.
And, like, Yeah, it feels good.
Yeah.
I also know that my body's not 100% there. So, like, I want my vocal register to stay low.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like, but I'm more comfortable right here right now. Which is fair because I'm sitting in just a slightly uncomfortable position.
Why are you, what's uncomfy?
Oh, just my cramps.
Oh.
My whole baby making area.
Like, I refer to that as, like, the period donut.
Yes, yes.
It's like the low
I am
back.
uncomfortable in my period donut.
Yeah,
yes.
like the low back.
My menstruating donut.
Yeah.
She doesn't like a full head over heart over pelvis moment.
Yeah. Yeah.
So maybe I could get a little slouchier. Okay, yeah, that does actually feel better.
Good.
So surrendering.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like this was a really important topic for us to talk about because I have been talking myself into surrendering more.
All year, I feel like it's been a pretty big
Well, my word of the year was open, which
Well,
is basically surrender,
yes.
right?
Yeah.
Be open for opportunities, be open for love, be open to, I don't know, have your
Magic.
heart open.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I feel like I've learned a lot of lessons in surrender.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I am learning more right this red hot second.
Mm-hmm.
Because the concept of surrender is so life-changing when you learn how to do it.
Yes.
And I feel like 2 or 3 years ago, was very caught up in the idea of how do I surrender?
Right.
How do I do it? How do I figure it out? How do I release control, essentially? Because that's what surrendering is. It's still making the life choices that you want, but not knowing that you can't control
The
what
outcome.
the outcome.
Yeah.
You don't get to control other people. You can't
Right.
control, like, I would like money to flow to me and to my business, but I don't get to control how that happens.
Right.
The universe this month has said through your book, Kayla.
Yeah.
And that has certainly happened. But like it could have been through my courses. It could have been through it could have come through my husband, right? Like this manifestation of dinero and abundance. And honestly, it has come through in so many ways.
Right.
Because I have detached so much from the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Like, of course my human heart cares. I would love to sell millions of copies of this book.
Right.
And also, maybe it's my next book that sells millions of copies. Or to my husband's point, as he was speaking last night, maybe I write, like, 9 books, and between all of them I sell millions of copies. Right? Like, it doesn't have to be the way that our sweet human ego side wants it to be. It totally could, but it doesn't have to be. And when you switch out of that feeling of forcing it to be this one way, you open up so many more other possibilities for it to flow to you.
Right.
For example, I've been following this pleasure-based weight loss coach for a while now on social, and I just love reading her posts. I haven't paid for a session with her. I've just been in her free group because many of the things that she says overlaps so heavily with things that I already know that I'm like, right on. And she just adds like that little sliver of deeper understanding that I wanted, hearing it from someone else.
Yeah.
And anyway, I've been recommending her in a couple of Facebook groups because she's awesome. Her name is, it's either Kirsten or Kirsten Coel, Koel, and she's got a free group on Facebook called The Banquet Table. So if you type that in, it should show up for pleasure-based weight loss. Anyway, she messaged me, and she was like, you've been so sweet and kind in recommending people follow me and join my group. She's like, you don't have to do that, but I think it's so sweet that you're like recommending a beautiful resource for people. Yeah. She was like, I'd love to offer you a free session. And I was like, I would love to take you up on that because you know what I'm not good at? I am not good at pleasure-based cooking or pleasure-based nutrition yet.
Yes.
That is absolutely an area that I'm working in.
Mm-hmm.
And so because I have asked the universe for the feelings that I want, according to my human design, you guys, I'm a non-specific manifester, which means that I don't ask for a mansion with a green tile backsplash and a, like, I don't know, shiplap hood range over my kitchen stovetop. Like, people tell you to get really specific in manifestation, and always, like, and also that's not how everyone manifests. Oh. I manifest via feeling. Megan, our human design coach, told me that once. And
I don't manifest specifically either.
Oh, great. Well, then you probably also manifest via emotion. Especially because, well, you're a sacral authority. Is that right?
Splenic.
I'm not sure. That would be a great question for Megan. I just know that mine dovetails really nicely with my emotional authority. So,
well, I'm splenic. I'm supposed to know.
I love that for you.
Am I supposed to know what I'm manifesting?
Maybe.
Oh, stingle fritz.
Maybe you just, like, run yourself through some options and you listen to your spleen and your spleen is like, fuck yes, it's that. That's what we're supposed to manifest.
Okay.
So, like, think through your options and let your spleen lead you to, like...
I'm really up for a lot of the options.
I love that for you.
Anyways, please continue.
That's such an Aquarius thing.
Yeah, it is.
Aquarius kids are the quirky, up for anything, let's fuck the system and march to our own drummer.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But Sagittarius rules my chart.
I don't know much about Sag. I only know anything about Aquarius because I'm friends with you.
I'm
by no means an astrology person. Hey, if you guys are interested in hearing us have an astrologist on, let us know in the comments because we've kicked the idea around. Mm-hmm. We're open to that. So yeah, so anyway, I was saying something.
Yes, you were.
That was the cutest sneeze, Bubby.
Bless you. You're a non-specific manifester.
Oh, yes. So because I have, thank you.
You're welcome.
Because I feel like my ADHD is wild lately. Well, because I've surrendered more. I care so much less about being hypervigilant.
Masking?
Yeah, I don't mask as much anymore.
Yeah, it's so freeing.
Well, I didn't know it was masking. I thought that's just how I was. And it turns out that that's not how I am. I took my car in to the shop because the check engine light was on, as I told you. I forgot about it.
That your car was gone?
2 days in a row.
Did you go to leave?
No.
Oh.
My husband came home after 5, after the shop had closed, and was like, did you hear from Meineke? And I was like, oh, fuck, yeah, my car.
Yeah. Yeah, that happens so much.
Well, now I'm realizing what it is. Still undiagnosed professionally, but like, whoa, baby, am I noticing it?
Yeah.
So, circling back around.
Yes.
It gets harder to circle back around when I'm not hypervigilant.
Yeah, it does. It so does. It really does. I get it.
You guys, I thought that this was a skill that I had that I was really good at, and it turns out that it's just trauma.
It is. It is.
I'm like, honestly, you can turn a trauma response into a skill. However, you don't need to.
Yeah, you don't have to.
You can let it go.
You can let it go. You can surrender.
So will this podcast get increasingly more wibbly wobbly? Maybe. That's, you decided to show up and listen or watch this. Yep. So.
Welcome.
Yep. Hi. So, anyway. Because I have detached. Because I have asked for feelings as my manifestations, my non-specific, like, I desire to feel fun and joy and love and play. And peace has now become my default. I feel like I don't have to ask for that anymore because I have mastered the art of bringing peace into my life with my boundaries. which we've got a really good episode on boundaries, you guys, if you haven't listened to it yet. So because I have asked for what I want and detached from how that arrives to me, like, I get a free session with an amazing coach. I get bomb.com book sales, which if you guys are interested in buying a copy of Homecoming, the DIY self-love book, the link for that will be in the show notes.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It is so good.
Thanks, I think so too.
It's fantastic.
I just like hearing you say it.
While I was sick, I just stumbled upon the super secret bonus.
You got to the super secret bonus chapter?
I did. But, like, I was so sick, so I was like, oh, gosh, I need to have all my faculties for this.
I get that.
So I've been at pause because I want to have all of my brain power.
Well, and you can circle back to it, too. Like, you can pass the super secret bonus.
I want to.
I get that.
I want to take it all. I'm savoring it. Like, I want to take it all.
I love that for you. Well, and the book is meant to be savored, or it's meant to be a fucking fire hose.
Yeah.
If you just need a catalyst of self-love, just slam the whole book.
Yeah.
Or read it chapter by chapter and, like, luxuriate in
Yes.
it. It's however you want your experience of the book to be, that's how it gets to be for you. So, anyway, the super secret bonus chapter whisks you away on a 4-hour and 44-minute retreat into the bliss.
Ooh.
The abyss of bliss.
I'm so excited.
Me too. And it's not in the table of contents. You literally have to go hunt for it because it's a super secret hidden bonus chapter.
It's great. I'm so excited.
I don't know why I got that idea, but I did.
It's
and I'm
fun.
here
It's
for
so
it.
much fun.
Oh, well, I feel like it's very Taylor Swift.
Oh, yeah.
Because she always has those,
Easter
like,
egg.
yeah. Mm-hmm. She's always so good at that. I mean, she's got a whole fucking marketing team to be good at that.
Yeah.
But whoever is on her marketing team is so good at that. And not to not give credit to Taylor, because maybe that was her idea. I have no idea. I don't know that I call myself a Swiftie, but I do enjoy her music when it comes on.
Yeah.
And I think that she's so talented. But I don't know that I would...
Well, Easter eggs.
Go to her concert.
I would go to her movie concert at the movies.
Well, okay. If money was no object, then sure, I would go to a Taylor Swift concert. Why not?
For sure. But in the meantime, I love that they're doing concerts at the movie theaters.
I think that's so cute. And also, shit like that is the reason why Taylor Swift is a billionaire now.
Yes.
I saw that in a meme that might not be real.
No, I think it is
didn't
real.
Look it up.
No,
okay, great.
I think it's real. But Easter eggs, fun fact. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if this is actually accurate, but I did read about this. On the set of Rocky Horror Picture Show, they had an Easter egg hunt.
Really?
Yes, because it was filmed like during the spring, and they didn't find all of the Easter eggs. And so in the movie, while you're watching it, you can see a couple literal Easter eggs.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
And so that's why they call them Easter eggs, is because...
Really?
Yeah,
that's what it comes from.
Yeah, that's what it comes from.
I guess I thought it was older than that, but I don't know why I thought it was a thing that had always existed, but that's so cool to know the origin of Easter egg.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, there's an Easter egg in Homecoming, the DIY self-love book, and the link for that is downstairs, or you can just go to braveheartopenmind.com, and it's one of the first things on my homepage.
Yeah.
Because I love it, and it's helpful.
So great.
Oh, and when you buy the book, you also get access to the audiobook when it drops this winter. I'm so excited to start recording that.
Yay, I'm so excited too.
I'm hyped. I think I want to be standing while I record it. To, like, just let my body just, like, emote to the most degree possible.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to record video of it, too, so that I can post it on Book Talk. That's a thing.
That is such a thing.
Follow it, but...
Book Talk, I mean, when I hear Book Talk, I usually think about, like, super sexy, steamy, vampire romance novels on TikTok, but...
I think the algorithm just has you pegged.
I think that does. That's probably accurate.
I think Book Talk is much wider than that one
think it
slice.
Probably is.
But I'm glad that the algorithm has found you.
It sure has.
You're getting what you want.
Yeah, that's true. softly.
So anyway, surrendering brings you more possibilities. And that's why I think it's such an important topic to talk about. Mm-hmm. Because when you are raised in a capitalistic society where it's just go, 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 make your goals, meet the goals, make your goals, meet the goals, make your goals, meet the goals. Mm-hmm. Like, it gets hard.
Work.
It gets hard to step into that mindset of surrendering, of getting softer, of releasing control.
Yes.
And when you can be mindful about your own surrender, when you can hold the possibility of more possibilities for yourself, you can open up so many doors that you didn't even know were there in the hallway. Mm-hmm. Like, just imagine yourself standing at the end of a long hallway, and you can have all the lights on, or the lights can be dim, whatever feels good for you. And just imagine whatever doors that you can see in the hallway. Imagine the quantity of doors doubling. Maybe the hallway stretches or the doors get a little bit smaller, however it needs to fit into that space. And then imagine them tripling.
It's giving me a shining moment.
Is it creepy for you?
Yeah.
Because possibilities are also kind of a little bit scary. You can cut the doorways in half again. Shrink that hallway back down.
Okay.
Yeah. It's just a little visual exercise. You don't have to do it. And it doesn't have to
Like,
resonate.
I even tried to make them, like, colorful.
Mm-hmm.
But I was getting a shining moment.
That's fair. Well, because when you are opening yourself up to more possibilities than you ever thought were possible, that can feel very scary.
Maybe if I look at it like a house with windows.
I love that. More opportunities to see things.
Yes.
I think that's beautiful. Or maybe you love a cloth metaphor, and like you just imagine more and more threads that you could weave into your tapestry.
Ooh, I like that.
Like your cache of thread just gets bigger and bigger and more colors and more voluminous. Or if you're into crochet, balls of yarn. You could have so many more skeins of yarn.
I thought you were going to say so many more balls. And then I was going to giggle.
I switched it to the technical term.
Just so you wouldn't have to say you can have so many balls.
No, I wanted to appeal to the crocheters.
Okay.
I wanted to be accurate to what their lingo is.
I just really wanted you to tell them they could have so many balls.
Also, you can have so many balls. Sometimes I say things like that as I'm staring into the camera's eyes, staring into your guys' eyes, and I'm like, Jesus tits. One day I'm going to be as popular as T Swift, and someone's going to isolate that one clip.
And I will be so excited. It will be me. It will be I will isolate that one clip.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Please introduce me on stage sometime with that one clip.
I will. I'll do it. That one or Self-Loving Pound Town.
Well, I already told you earlier, Self-Loving Pound Town
It's coming full circle.
It really is.
I can't
wait.
wait.
As I've been exploring opening up my hip flexors and releasing some of that sexual trauma, like, pleasure gets to grow in so many ways.
I also love that you just said that you're going to be as popular as T Swift, and with like no hang-ups.
I mean, I was scared on the inside when I said it. Yeah, okay, I was actually having a revelatory moment. Revelatory?
Okay, please let me in.
Well, because in my head, I was always like, I want to be like Oprah. And I think I said Taylor Swift Oprah. Because we were just talking about her. But you know who I think I really want to be like? Maya Angelou.
Oh, snap.
Or, hear me out.
Okay.
A Maya Angelou T Swift fusion.
Yeah.
Or I throw all of that out and I just tell the universe I surrender. And I can be whatever you want me to be. Just
yes, I'll just be
talk through me.
Yeah.
Bring me to the doors or portals I need to be at.
I feel like a I could see like a I don't know what, I'm getting the vibe of like Kelly Clarkson and Louise Hay.
Oh God, to be like Louise Hay.
Yeah, that's the vibe. That's
but
the
like
vibe
a little bit more popular, because I feel like not everyone knows Louise,
that's
but everyone knows Maya Angelou.
Right, but that's what I feel like the Kelly Clarkson, like the popularity, like the with the talk show and the all the fires and all the like she can fucking sing, she can talk to people, she can act, she can do all the things. Kelly Clarkson is a bombshell. She can do all the things.
You have a lady boner for Kelly Clarkson, don't you?
I do. I think she's fabulous.
I don't know that I have strong opinions on Kelly Clarkson. I don't mind her. She's fine.
She's been through some shit, and she's amazing, I think.
I get that. Because when you've been through some shit, to be able to have gone through some shit.
Yeah.
And turn that into something that's helpful to other people.
Yes.
To me, that's one of the most beautiful things I could be grateful for.
Mm-hmm.
Is to have been through some shit and chosen to do something with that. Mm-hmm. Instead of letting that shape my life instead.
Yeah, in a negative way.
Right. Letting it shape my decisions.
Right.
I mean, it shaped my decisions, but in a way that I didn't want to be sucked under. I didn't want to drown. I didn't want to drown in my own trauma.
Yeah. And
I'm very grateful that I chose to just keep swimming.
Yes. Yes.
Like, I'm not going to let the tide take me where it wants. I'm going to swim to where I know the water's warmer, cozier.
Right. That's right.
Yeah. So what's the difference between surrendering and letting the tide move you? Right? Like, we just had this beautiful metaphor of not letting the tide move you, but then we're also talking about releasing control. So where's the line on having a fixed mindset where life just happens to you and surrendering to what the universe desires for you in alignment with your desires?
Valid. That's a really great question. I really enjoy that question.
Yay.
I would say I think that it has a lot to do with putting forth effort into things that I desire for myself, like knowing that.
I thought of my answer. Whenever you're done, I thought of mine.
Okay. Well, then you go ahead first. Give me
a second.
Sure? Yeah, because give me a second to think.
Oh, yeah.
No, because on the
spot. Well, because it was a big question.
No, yeah, it was a really big question.
That's why I let you know that I had my answer.
Okay, great.
So I think that there's a really big difference in surrendering to what is outside of your control versus surrendering to, like, a riptide of trauma that can take you somewhere, like, down a stuck path.
Okay.
So it's the difference of taking action in what you can control and surrendering what you cannot.
Okay. Yeah.
Because if you can control it, right? If you have a choice, if you know, like, hey, I'm going to post 19 videos to TikTok in 19 days, like, that's something you can control. You can't control whether or not people see it or the algorithm pushes it out, or whether or not people subscribe, or whether or not people buy your book that you made these 19 book talks about. Like, you can't control that part. That part is up to the universe. That part is you asking for what you want. Maybe that's a platform to get your message out. Maybe that's to be helpful. Maybe that's to experience more fun and joy like I have been asking for.
Right.
So do your part. Take your actions that you can do, that you know that you can do. Like, go to therapy. If your goal is to feel better, go to therapy. Or if you can't afford therapy, listen to more podcasts like this one where you are gaining philosophical perspective and perhaps like really technical things that you can do to help yourself, right? Take charge of what you can do.
Yes.
And then recognize the parts that you cannot and ease yourself into letting go of that control.
Right.
Because I cannot put myself inside of someone else's body and click purchase on my book, right? Like, I can desire book sales, and also I have asked for abundance.
Right.
And for someone who is perhaps a specific manifester, you can ask for 1 million book sales and just know that how that happens is beyond your control.
Right.
You might have to market your book on Reddit. Right? Like, you
you
might have to think of out of the box possibilities for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Stay open.
Right.
If someone asks you to do something and you can see a path to book sales through it, then do that thing.
Yeah.
If that is what you're specifically trying to manifest. So stay open to the possibilities for what is outside of your control. The delivery method from the universe.
Yes.
And the more that you practice surrender, the easier it gets to be. Like, me surrendering for moments of peace, like, that has become autopilot for me now.
Good.
That I create peace for myself because I just do. And it comes in a variety of ways. Perhaps yesterday when I had to cancel on my friend Morgan from the Sustainable Suburbanites, like, that is me staying open to surrender because my husband's car wouldn't start and my car is in the shop. So it's been a whole situation. But I could have been really angry about that. I could have ground through. I could have Ubered there, or I could have popped on Zoom. But I was like, you know what? If the universe wanted this to be easy, it would have been easy.
Right.
And I have full faith that Morgan and I are going to come together again to discuss collaborating like we were going to.
Yep.
So have faith that it's all going to work out.
Yeah.
And if you can't have faith yet, have hope.
Yeah, that's a really good point too. Yeah.
Well, and we've talked about that on the podcast before, that hope is a stepping stone to faith, to belief.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can always have hope, even if it's just a tiny little sliver of light.
Yes.
A tiny little drop in the bucket. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the song without the words and never something at all. I'll just be dropping some Emily Dickinson for you guys.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, that's really good. That's what, when you asked the question initially, I was like, I feel like
something in your hair.
Thank you.
I think it was just a little lint.
Okay.
So sorry.
No,
when
thank
I
you.
initially asked the question, ...
Oh, yeah. When you initially asked the question, I was like, I feel like it has to do with, like, what you desire. Like, and I think that you explained it really well. It's basically what is within your control and what is not in your control. And I think for a lot of people, I know for me, still, sometimes, it is a struggle to let go of the things that are not necessarily in my control.
Oh, girl, you don't have to tell me that. I fucking struggle too. I can theoretically philosophize about a concept and be understanding more and more layers of it.
Right.
And still have many layers that I have not yet understood about the lesson.
Yes.
I that goes for anything we talk about on this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
We talk about healing being a spiral and understanding new layers
Yes.
of things. And I think that that's also true. And I'm a little sad that
Yes.
I've now done this gesture so many times on screen, but that's okay.
She's doing her, for those of you who are listening and not watching, her spiral.
My spiral gesture, but it also kind of looks like I'm fingering someone.
In the air.
In the air.
It is.
Fine, I'll just talk about pleasure. That'll be okay. I seem to make the natural gestures for it anyway.
Yep.
So,
It happens.
more pleasure talk coming soon. Anyway, what were you saying?
Just that it is
Oh, yeah.
difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that when I find it especially difficult when it comes to my children.
Mm-hmm.
Because, when they're little, you have to teach them and you have to guide them, and then they get bigger and you have to just kind of trust that they're making good choices and things like that, and you have to really surrender. And it's so hard.
Oh, I'm sure.
But
I super get that. I've been struggling to let go of what I see next for my business.
right.
Because holy shit, I published a book. Like, my inner 10-year-old, confetti party poppers everywhere. Like, she just is so fucking stoked about it. And I did this thing that was on my brain for like 3 years to do, which I've only been in business for 4.5 years. So like the bulk of my business momentum has been towards like getting a book published, getting a book published.
And you did it, Big Bird.
I did it. And that is so worthy of celebration.
Yes.
And I'm struggling with, what the fuck do I do now?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not necessarily what, it's how
Yeah.
that I'm struggling with. And the how is always what you surrender.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I know that I will always continue talking about self-love.
Right.
Because that is, it's actually literally in my human design chart.
Yeah. Mine too.
Oh, that's
got
right.
that
It's our 10 line.
Yeah.
So I know that I will always talk about self-love, and I feel like my experiences in bringing bodily pleasure, I feel like I've got that on lock enough to like explain it and share more about it.
Yeah.
And also, what is that going to look like? Am I going to offer sessions?
Are you going to be like a sex therapist?
Well, I would need to be a licensed therapist to be a sex therapist, first of all.
Would you?
No. Go to school again.
No, would you need to be?
To use the word therapist and not get sued, yes.
Could you be a sex
Coach, for sure.
coach?
Do I want to be? No, because I don't want to work one-on-one with people that much.
Oh.
I don't have the energy to sustain that.
Oh.
You know?
Oh.
That's why we have moved to courses and books, to detach my energy from being present. So I just don't know how it's going to look. And so that's where I'm asking myself to move into surrender now. And that's why when I read that source message this morning, I was like, fine, universe. Tell me to surrender some more. Will you read it? I sent it to you so that we could read it. So there's an account on Facebook and Instagram and probably other places, I don't know, called Source Messages. And it's one of my favorite that feels most aligned in channeled content to me. Because sometimes I don't believe that every person who channels is talking to every person out there.
Right.
So this is one of the ones that feels very aligned with where my path is right now.
Yes, it feels very... It really does. For me also.
Mm-hmm. Like, it speaks so intimately to where I am every day, most of the time. And if it doesn't hit, I ask myself why I am resistant to the message.
Right. And I feel like most of the people we've shared these messages with, it also speaks to them. Like, so it very much reaches a lot of the collective.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Do you want to read it or do you want me to read it?
I'll read it.
Okay.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
So this is the source. It's called Source Messages, all one word, on Facebook. It's November 1st. Like we said, the day after Halloween is when we're recording this. You won't have to search for direction anymore. Once you're fully connected to your higher self, your path begins to open up to you. You've spent so much time thinking about where your life would lead, how it would unfold, how you could ensure the best for yourself. Now, the time has come to step into a space of alignment and allow the universe to fill in the details. You were born to experience your path as much as you were expected to create it. It's time for you to live without the worry. And I feel like your eyes got a little teary.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm just excited about it.
That's beautiful. I'm scared of it.
Oh.
I am also excited, but I'm also deeply terrified all the way down to my vagina and my toes. Specifically those two places.
So deep down into the root. Your root is terrified.
Well, I've been working on my root a lot, so it makes sense.
Your root is on fire.
My root is on fire. And the universe is like, cool it.
Relax. Yeah, cool it. Cool it.
Like, we did the thing, now just chill out. You release the trauma, now just let the good times roll.
Yes, let the good times roll.
Without the worry. Which... Coming from my family background, worrying was it was a skill. It was a way of life. It was a way of making all of your life choices.
Yeah. It was how you survived.
My whole body tensed as I was saying those things. Yeah. And like
I could feel it.
Could you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm tense all the way up into my chest now. Like my whole torso just went, eh. Thank you. The deep breaths are helpful.
You're welcome.
Yeah. So anyway, the universe be like, surrender, baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm like, okay. I'll be over here surrendering.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, guys. Not all of you has to like the surrendering.
No, it's...
And might I recommend the Peace Dogs method to help you with any inner conflict. The link for that is also downstairs. Because, like, it's normal to feel excited or uncomfy and excited at the same time. Or whatever else you're feeling after reading that or listening to it.
Zara, when she was little, she would call it nervous-sighted.
I do love that you call it nervous-sighted. Mm-hmm. Here's what I am about it. I'm very teenager attitude of like,
you're Lily about
fine.
it. You're Lily about it.
Fine. Whatever. Yeah, I'm Lily about it, I guess.
So you want to do it. You're excited about it.
Yes.
You just don't want anybody to know.
I don't want part of myself to know.
Because you're a little uncomfy about it.
No, I don't want her to know because she'll do big things.
Yeah.
And then I'll have to be scared some more of all the big things.
And then I'll have to do better. And then I'm going to feel better, damn it.
Honestly, yes.
Yeah.
The human brain gets so, like, clingy
And
to the way things are.
What am I going to do when I feel better?
Seriously.
No, I know.
Who am I going to be when I do better?
Yeah.
When I feel better?
Yes.
When I feel more peace?
Yeah.
Honestly, there was a time not too long ago where peace was terrifying to me. The idea of experiencing peace in my life was like,
Yeah.
who am I? This person who doesn't go 90 miles an hour into everything.
Yes. Same.
And I think every time I step into a place of newness, I experience this like, well, who am I now? How do I be? What do I do?
Yes.
What the fuck?
Yes.
From my very human side. And we just hold her hand and tell her we'll keep her safe.
Yep.
We just reach out and love that scared little child inside. And then we tense our muscles and dive in. Or walk through that wall of fire. Or publish that book. Or do that great big thing. And then we do the next big thing.
Yeah.
We just keep making ourselves feel safe however we can, and we do the big thing.
Yep.
And it's scary as shit, but at least we're doing life together with you and me and us and you and all of us here. On this podcast of belonging and healing out loud.
Yeah.
You got excited again.
I did.
You can see it in your shiny little eyeballs and
Yeah.
your smile.
I get excited. I'm easily excitable.
I mean, I like that for you.
Me too.
I'm working on that. Because I get excited and then I immediately get scared.
Yeah.
And I am uncovering more and more layers in which I can be just excited.
Yeah. But it's okay
Because
to
I
also
have
be scared.
held the scared.
Yeah.
Like my inner human, my inner child is so much braver because I have shown her love instead of resistance and hate and anger and resentment.
Yeah.
Yeah. So those parts of you that feel uncomfortable, that feel hard to love, the more you take the time to love them, the braver they get to be, which means the more frictionless your life gets to feel, which means the easier it all gets to feel.
Yes.
Which means the excited it all gets to feel.
Yes.
To feel. To feel.
That was good.
Yeah, it was. I knew it was good.
Yeah.
I kept it going.
It was a good one. I liked it.
So anyway, that's the that on that, as ladies and tangents would say. Yeah. Also a great podcast. Feel free to go listen to that one. Go team.
Go team.
Do we have more on surrendering?
Just be graceful with yourself.
Yes.
And if you get caught up and you feel like you didn't do it right, said with air quotes because that's not a real thing. Okay, so
It's all correct.
So you can't do it wrong. There's no right or wrong. So try to be gentle with yourself.
Because you're always just doing your best.
And that's all you gotta do.
Well, because we have this very human idea where we compare ourselves to the past or compare ourselves to our visions of the future.
Right. Like
to
our
think,
expectations.
Yeah. To think that how we are in the moment of now is wrong somehow. And also, the only moment you can literally access is right now. Which means that whatever decision you made right now or 30 seconds ago was you doing the literal best job in the whole world that you could possibly do, because all you have access to legitimately is the moment of right now. So you are always doing your best. You are always doing your best. You, listening, watching, you are always only just doing your fucking best.
Woohoo!
That you literally can't be anything other than you are right now. All you can do is make the choices that are accessible to you right now. Mm-hmm. The choice that you made already before this podcast, like, it's gone now. You cannot access it again. There is no it was right or it was wrong, because it no longer exists.
So don't beat yourself up about it.
It's a really good thing I'm not high right now, because when I say things like that, I feel like my high brain goes to like a, but in a good way.
Like super, drops into that super existential place.
And I love that existential place.
Yes, me too.
But I feel like my brain just would have floated away on a cloud of existential. Like, I am at one with the universe. That's how it starts.
Yes,
thoughts like that.
yes.
Because seriously, when I learned that, I was like, holy shit, they're right.
Yeah.
That is the only time I can access is the moment of right now. I can't even access the beginning of this conversation ever again. Yes. It is gone.
It's gone.
Anything that I'm worried about in the future, I can't access it. It doesn't exist yet.
And once I access it, by the time I'm aware of that, it has already passed.
And it's wild. So that might also help you in this path of surrendering.
Yeah. Because
when you can have that awareness, and not just have that awareness on like a psychological, mental level, but have that awareness, like, let that percolate into your body. Yeah. Let that, I don't know, let yourself intentionally sit with that thought. Because that thought alone can open so many doors of possibilities in how you can see your current situation, how you can see your past trauma, how you can see what you're anxious about going forward. Mm-hmm. Like, it can change the way that you see your life. And that's what I'm fucking here for.
Yeah.
I have this suspicion, Ashley Gleason.
What is the suspicion?
That I don't have to create anything teachy going forward.
Yeah.
Well, that's scary.
Okay.
You just very calmly accepted that with so much peace. You were like, yeah, that sounds great. And that sounds scary. I've been a teacher for...
Well, I don't feel like creating is your...
Is my what?
I don't... Continue. Please tell me your whole thing before I say my thing.
Great. Honestly, wise. Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. Because I don't like it when people have perspectives on my shit that I'm not done explaining yet, to be honest with you. You're probably like, yes, I know. I'm aware.
That's all right.
Thanks for loving me.
You're so welcome.
Guys, when you can love your friends the way that you know that they like to be loved, that's where it's at. Yeah. Find yourself people who go out of their way to love you how they know you like to be loved. It's a really best. Great feeling. I'm going to hug you. Sorry, that was in your ear, but that was my excited love feeling. Okay, I love it. Ask me how many times I've screamed in my husband's ear. Well, actually, maybe don't. That's a little more intimate of a question, to be honest. It's frequently.
Okay, anyways, please.
Oh my god, what was I even talking about?
You don't need to create things.
I think I just need to be, and I don't, like, I think, am I just, like, gonna be a content creator, but through books? Through both creating content, like video content? Well, now I'm asking again. We'll circle back to, I have a suspicion that I am not going to have to teach much going forward. That I am just going to only have to get to share what I am experiencing and let that be enough. Like, are my next book's going to only be autobiographical instead of
Ooh.
teachy. I don't know. That sounds terrifying.
Why does that sound terrifying? What's the threat? What's the fear?
A, people seeing me. B, fearing what my family will think of my sharing.
Okay. Valid fear.
Not all of my family, just so that we're clear.
Right.
Because it sounds so freeing, I don't even know what to do with it. Like, I don't even know how to receive that because it's, well, I mean, I guess I do. It's movements like this, actually. So maybe I'll add more of like this. For those of you listening, I'm making like I'm like holding my forearms out and with my palms upturned, like in front of me. And I feel like I'm just like scooping air sand in like towards my body. Like I'm scooping outwards like little snow shovels, and then I'm bringing it towards my shoulders. And that's my gesture of being and receiving. Being, and then I'm receiving. I feel actually a lot better after just doing that.
Yeah.
I feel way more like magnanimous. I feel like way more open to receive. There's really something about those somatic physical movements
absolutely,
that help your energy in your body to shift.
Yes.
So we had my friend Amy on in an episode about like somatic nervous system healing. Go watch or listen to that if you haven't. And then she's got a really great app that helps you into some of these somatic nervous system healing practices. Because the way in which you hold your body, the way in which you allow yourself to gesture brings so much of an energy shift, a frequency shift for yourself. So that also can help you to surrender.
That app is called The Recreated.
Yes. Yes, Amy's business is The Recreated, and she's fucking phenomenal.
So great.
And then the actual, like, coursework inside of the app is Nervous System 101. And so she takes you through all of the things. Although, I'll be real honest, I skipped everything informational and just went straight to the practices. But Amy and I have also, because we're friends, have just, like, talked about nervous system stuff. So I was like, I feel like this is how I know I'm not a why learner.
Yeah.
Because all the things that told you why all of the practices work, I skipped and went to the practices.
Yeah.
I was like, I trust Amy. This will work great. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like this was a healing episode. I feel better.
Well, it's been a couple weeks. Well, it's been a week. But the week before we had like a quick one.
Still like an hour. We just didn't have a time. Well, I guess the last one we had a timer.
It has been a real long time since we've been here on the couch.
It's true. We've been outside many episodes. So welcome back to the Cozy Interior, because it is now in the 30s. And I'm hopeful. Working on, I'm like faithful 49% of the time and 51% hopeful that this winter will be lovely and that I will enjoy the shit out of it.
Yeah, because we're gonna frolic.
Won't get seasonal depression and long COVID. I will be healthy, happy, and joyous.
Yay! We're gonna do so much frolicking.
I'm very excited about the frolicking situation. Because I feel like the more that I frolic outside in the cold with proper gear.
Yes.
I told my husband that I was going to have to, I think I'm going to get a fuckload of those little hand warmer things.
Oh,
like
yeah.
those little ones
Hot
you expose
hands.
them to oxygen and they like get hot. I know that that's not the most sustainable choice. So my inner hippie is like, you shouldn't do that. And then past Kayla, who lived through the last winter, was like, I don't know, Jesus tits, maybe we could just use the hot hands and not get fucking depressed as hell. Maybe we could just do that.
I have ones that you can boil and reset.
Does it... But if we're out for multiple hours...
They stay hot for up to 6 hours.
I would like to know the brand of that later.
You got it.
Because I need to know that I can be warm at any time.
You got it. And I've bought an extra heated blanket that I'm going to keep in my van because I have a plug in my van.
Oh my God.
So I've already got a plan.
Get yourself an Ashley who buys you heated blankets. Get yourself friends who love you how they know you want to be loved. Because clearly warmth is a love language for me.
We're going to have fun and we're going to make sure that even if you get cold, we're going to warm you back up.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. Yay.
Yep. We're prepared. We're getting prepared.
Do I love you how you want to be loved?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Cool. I try.
You do.
Okay, great. Cool. Also, talk to your friends about how you want to be in a relationship with them.
Yeah.
Ashley and I talk about how our friendship is going all the time.
Yeah, we do. We do.
Carrie and I talk about how our relationship is going all the time.
Yeah.
Like, just talk to your people.
Talk to your
Like,
people.
how is this going for you? Hey, how do you like this thing? I don't require them to have an answer, though, because sometimes that startles people if you do it out of the blue. Maybe talk about how you would like to talk about your relationship more often. Because Carrie and I have certainly had that conversation.
Yeah.
So open the door with talking about what you would like to talk about. But later. Have no expectation. Just talk about that desire for you. And then practice surrendering to the fact that you can't control whether or not your friend or partner wants to have that conversation with you.
That's true.
Because they also get to choose.
Even my 13-year-old and her little 13-year-old partner just had a conversation about their relationship and their expectations and communication.
I love that so much.
It was so cute.
Lily just blows my mind at how, like, loving and communicative and bold she is at the moment.
Yes.
At all times.
Yes.
My recovering from hypervigilance ass could not have done that.
No.
It would never have entered my mind as a possibility.
No.
Well, I mean, that's not true. In Disney TV shows, there were sassy teenagers, but they were, like, mean. They were just...
Well, and she is sometimes just with me, not with, like, others. And I think that's only because she feels so safe. Yes.
Yeah, I get that.
But she's also getting a lot better in that regard, too, because we have communicated so much.
Yeah, she knows how to communicate her feelings in a way that I could have never fathomed when I was 13.
Because she is so direct.
Yes.
And she will call everybody.
Well, because you have allowed her the space to be, Mama. Just so that we're clear, it's because you allowed her the space for that.
I just hope that it serves her well in life.
Well, considering she just had that cute little conversation with her partner.
That's right.
I feel like it already is.
That's right. And this is one of those moments where I have all of that fear and anxiety because I have to surrender. Because that's one of those things I can't control.
Well, and that's what you talked about at the beginning was that when parenting, that surrender is your stickiest point, which totally makes sense.
Yeah. Yep.
You're doing it, Big Bird.
Thanks.
Cheers to you.
Thanks. Cheers to you.
Also, special shout out to Karma Coffee, our sponsor.
Ooh.
I did not have a Karma Coffee mug because I didn't do dishes in time for today.
But I got to drink out of this one.
Yay!
Karma Coffee.
I'll just be here with my
seen and heard
mug. Yeah, seen and heard, baby. Yeah. Ooh, and our Back Pocket Bestie sticker.
Yay.
And our Doing Life Together sticker.
Yay. And this sticker.
And this sticker by Fabled Designs by Ashley.
Ha!
It's a little, if you're not watching, it's a little gumball machine with flowers instead of gumballs. And it's very, like, pastel vintage circus vibes.
Yes.
Is what I will say.
Oh my gosh. That's totally my vibe.
Honestly, it is.
Pastel
for real.
vintage circus. That's everything I ever want.
There's this woman on Project Runway, because Carrie and I started watching it again last night, season 19. Which season 20 is out, so I was really excited that I have 2 seasons to watch. There's this woman on there who is very much like, wear clothes that bring you joy. Like, stop wearing black, stop wearing muted, wear joyful clothes. Yes. And I'm like, holy shit, if Ashley were a fashion designer, it would be you, man.
What kind of stuff does she make? Is it
well, she just made this faux fur vest in multiple, like, colors of fur, like little, I don't know, like 3-inch by 2-inch sections of fur. So every different section is like a different color. Ooh. And then so that looks like a fur vest. And then she's got like this really cool like peplum shoulder. So it's like architectural in black and white stripes.
Ooh.
And it just was such a like fun paired with this serious striped fabric, but in this like really cheeky way. Yeah. And the judges didn't like it, and I was like, that's fucking amazing. Ashley Gleason would wear that in a hot minute.
Yes, I probably would, just by the sound of it.
You really would. So.
You know me, I love a puff sleeve.
You do. It's not so much a puff as it is like an architectural umbrella.
Ooh.
Like a what are those?
Like an awning?
An awning, yeah. It's like a little shoulder awning.
My shoulders need awnings.
Whose shoulder don't?
I know.
Every shoulder needs an awning.
I know. That's great. I love that.
Yeah, so it's
fun.
It was, yeah.
Is that on Netflix?
No, we paid for the Peacock app for like a month or 2.
We paid for Peacock too, so we could watch Five Nights at Freddy's for Lily.
Oh, that's cute. I don't know what that is.
It's terrifying.
Oh, okay.
And Mark and Lily are both scared. And we're so scared and jumpy last night. We got about a half an hour into it, and they were both like, we're tired. Can we go to sleep? And I was like, yeah, guys, we can't go to sleep.
That's really funny.
It was so funny.
I think that's really funny that we both downloaded the Peacock app last night.
Yeah.
Should have coordinated that shit.
We should have, because we downloaded it when we paid for 1 month and we immediately canceled it.
Oh, see, I haven't immediately canceled it, but I don't know how long it's going to take us to watch the Project Runway. So I'm cool with paying for 2 months of it.
Yeah. But we're also going to catch up on Parks and Rec because Lily hasn't seen the full series.
Oh, is that on Peacock too, or is that on Netflix?
No, that's on Peacock.
Oh, okay, nice.
And I like Below Deck a lot.
I can't. One of my old friends likes Below Deck, and I just can't do it.
That cracks me up.
It makes too much drama.
It just cracks me up.
Oh my god, and this season of Project Runway is so dramatic.
Is it?
Like, the second episode or third episode of the season is dramatic as shit, and I was like, the fuck are we watching? Ink Master or Project Runway? Like,
I love Ink Master.
I do also love Ink Master, but the drama is too much. Mostly because it's very staged.
Yeah, but I really like Dave
Navarro, you mean?
Navarro, yeah.
First of all, yes.
Yeah.
And if you want to talk about, like, sexy tattoo artists, Chris Nunez.
Yes.
Holy shit. Chris is what does it for me on Ink Master. Because he's so compassionate and he won't take your shit.
Yeah.
He will deliver feedback with the most compassion until you fuck with him or come at him, and then he'll be like, nope, this is just how it is. Like, nope. Mm-mm.
I feel like Dave gets prettier and prettier every year.
I mean, he does. He's a pretty person.
He really is.
And Ollie, he's just a good time.
Yeah.
Are you guys Ink Master fans?
Now I want
Project Runway fans. Anyone?
Now I want shoulder awnings and a new tattoo.
Oh my god, I really want several new tattoos. Mostly my big floral piece that I've told you about. I want it to flow from like my lower bicep onto like my upper forearm.
With our acorn snails or our pine cone snails or...
Oh, pinecone snail. Our snail friend is probably going right here. Perhaps right here. Or maybe I'll do it on the other side. I don't know why, but I feel like I want a statement arm and a clean arm.
Yeah.
I don't have a good... I don't know why, but like every vision I have of a tattoo is on specifically my left arm.
I have a friend who is a Gemini who has tattoos just on one side of his body.
That's hot. I don't know why that's so hot.
Yeah.
I'm very attracted to that idea. I don't even know this person.
He is like, I am such a Gemini. And I was like, okay, yeah. And he's like, I didn't realize it until like I was mostly covered in tattoos.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
That's really funny. I'm not at all Gemini. I want a statement sleeve, boo. Mm-hmm. Well, not sleeve, but like statement arm. Or statement sleeve. I don't care.
Would you like a half sleeve and then a Mod Podge down here? Is that what's happening?
No, so right here on the upper forearm area, I directly want it to flow from the lower bicep. Oh. So like it's essentially a half sleeve, but on two halves of my arm, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And specifically I want it like florals, black and white florals. And I just want it real bad because I think it's going to be sexy as hell.
Yeah.
It's going to be so sexy.
For sure.
And I have tinkered with the idea of like, more of like a jewelry style tattoo down here.
Ooh.
Like if I just had like jewelry dangles with like a crescent moon here-ish.
Ooh.
That'd be hot. But that's second priority. I really just want this done.
Yeah.
I've only had one tattoo and it will be the largest thing.
I have one.
But I sat
tattoo.
really good for this one. And I feel like if I don't have to talk to the person and I can just listen to music and breathe, it'll be not a problem.
Yeah, I have one tattoo, but none of you will ever see it. Well, you might see it, but you won't ever see it.
Well, I don't want to out you. I don't want to out the location.
It is real low on my hip.
How low?
Like real low on my hip.
Almost not hip?
Almost not hip.
Okay, all right. Duly noted. Can you see your own tattoo? Here's my thing with tattoos. You don't have to answer that, by the way. I want to see my tattoos. I want to enjoy them. Like, I don't just want to have, like, a back tat for no reason.
Sometimes I can see my tattoo.
I like that. Yeah. All right. That's fair.
Yep.
I want them where I can enjoy them. Like, I get to see this every day and think of my grandparents, right? Like.
Well, originally, my tattoo was my ex-husband's initial.
That's right. And you got it.
And then I got it covered up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, I would like to get a tattoo that's just for me.
I love that.
For fun.
You. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what I would like.
I'm into that. I also want to get my old business logo tattooed sometime too.
Oh,
the lioness.
Yes.
My friend Bailey designed it. My friend Bailey is a graphic designer. Go follow Baypay, BAYEPAYE art. She's really big on TikTok. Anyway, she designed it for me. So I want, and I don't use it for my business anymore because I had a vibe shift. Mm-hmm. But for me personally, still love that icon. Like, it's so beautiful.
It's beautiful.
So I would like that somewhere. Yeah. Maybe not on my arm, though. Maybe that's...
Get it right between your boobs.
Oh, no. I would want it to look, like, much more delicate.
Like, what about one of those, like, under boob in-betweenies?
Okay, here's my thing about a sternum tattoo, like an under boob tattoo. Mm-hmm. That has to heal.
Well, if you're not wearing an underwire bra.
To have any restriction on a tattoo feels painful for the healing process.
Yeah, but...
For those of you listening, Ashley just went full scale down her shirt.
I was just looking. I was just peeking. I was just trying to look at the situation. I was just gauging the situation. I don't know.
I love that for you. I want it to hurt while it's happening not while it's recovering. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to prolong the pain.
Anyways.
I'm a wham bam thank you ma'am now. I don't think I used to be, but I
am, and I always was. But also, I don't mind it if it lingers. So there's that. If anybody is a tattoo artist and wants to sponsor a episode,
real,
we could record.
Oh yeah, if you want,
wow,
if you want to tat us, and we'll shout you all the way the fuck out.
All the way the fuck out. We could even record some bonus content
at the studio. That would be really fun.
That would be so much fun.
Okay, well, we'll manifest that.
Yes, we're manifesting that.
For me, technically, what I'm manifesting is power. I always have to think about this because if I think that I'm manifesting a tattoo, I get stuck in that is what I am manifesting this one thing, but I'm non-specific. So, tattoos are powerful to me. They are you taking charge of your body. They are you making the statement you fucking desire to make. Yeah. They are you holding yourself safe while a painful situation happens to you. Mm-hmm. And it brings beauty and like attention and accolades, which is beautiful too. Mm-hmm. And it brings connection because people who see your tattoo could be like, oh my God, I love your tattoo, which external validation feels good. And you just made a connection with a person that you wouldn't have made a connection with without having that beautiful, luxurious statement on your body. So yeah. Yeah. Power and connection. That is what I'm manifesting. Yes. And if you're a specific manifester, you manifest those tattoos for us. I'm here for it.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah. And I feel like in general, you guys listening and watching, we're open to collabs and ideas. Yeah. I can't promise a yes because sometimes for our own energy, we just need to say a no for now, at least. Because we haven't had a guest on in a million years because we've been tired. Like, that takes effort to coordinate.
We've had a lot of fires in the oven. We've got a lot of things happening.
Well, and there's this really sweet woman on Facebook Messenger who wanted to be on, and I told her that we would talk about it, and we still have not talked about it. Oh, yes,
and we have a couple other people who have been interested.
Yeah, so if you're one of those people who we've been like, yeah, we'll talk about it and get back to you, it's just that we haven't talked about it yet. It's not that we don't like you.
We are getting back to our
cozy season of like slow and luxurious decisions.
Yes, and this is I feel like this is our time of year where we can take more time with like the podcast and like things like that.
Yes.
Summers are difficult. Early fall is difficult with kids back in school, and then I was busy with work. Mm-hmm. But I feel like now we are getting back into our groove time with the podcast. So
just a time of being able to be luxurious in our decision making and luxurious in our time. You guys, my phone ran out of storage. So it just ended twice on you. Whatever, it's cool. But the content that we talked about when we didn't know it was recording was fire. So I think we're just going to turn that into an episode. Yes. So
sounds great.
Okay. Love you. Bye. Mwah! You know what's the best? Hanging out together with each other even more. Ashley and I would love to invite you to join the Back Pocket Besties Club for $5 a month on Patreon. You'll receive ride-along adventure vlogs, a sticker designed by Ashley or by me, a meditative self-love mini retreat, a DIY self-love course for your inner magic, 1 free month of Ashley's snail mail subscription, behind-the-scenes posts, and sweet, sweet community on the inside. And if you want even more goodness, you could join the Doing Life Together Club for $11 a month. And in addition to everything you just heard, you'll also get Ashley's snail mail subscription sent to you every single month. We can't wait to see you on the inside.